Sup, you choco fucks? It's your boy Dark Raku here with the what's it called? What if Issei was a descendant of Kokushibo, Part 3. Other than that, let me begin this what if. Let me shut the fuck up. It's been 2 weeks, but yeah, sorry about not uploading this, but yeah, I kind of got distracted with the Storm Raiders and also the Toji one, and like others, but yeah. Other than that, let me begin this what if. Let me shut the fuck up, and yeah. We begin into mostly Issei being in his room, and he's not alone. He's right now with Luna, but of course, he is not actually sleeping with just Luna. He is kind of doing some things with Luna, but of course, mostly Issei was saying, "Come on, I'm gonna." This is where he says, "I'm gonna." This is where he looks like he was. They were not actually just sleeping. They were doing some sexual stuff. This is where he says, this is where he was breathing really hard, and of course, where Luna says, just do it. I don't mind having a child with you. This is where she kind of said towards Issei, which Issei grinned, and this is where, he was about to do it until this is the door kind of wide and open. This is where, when Issei looks up confusedly because he was just confused, it's none other than his grandfather and mostly Luna's father being here. This is where Luna looks over and she blushes redly. This is where, Issei also does the same. But of course he finished anyway. This is where Issei says, Grandpa? This is where Luna says, Dad? This is where, mostly they say, we did not need to see this. This is where they just close the door because they do not want to just see their, mostly... Of course, his grandfather being Yami does not want to see this shit. And of course, mostly Luna's father being Azo does not either want to see this neither. This is where, we'll see Issei and Luna right now embarrassed entirely. This is where, they finished up because they weren't expecting the door to fucking open. Like, they had it closed for a reason. But of course, they forgot that the lock doesn't fucking work at all. So, of course, that happens. But yeah. This is where, we'll see Issei kind of just scoffs. And this is where he kind of goes outside and wonders why the fuck that his grandfather and Azo decide to just show up at once. This is where, Luna decided to follow, even though her face is all embarrassed. This is where, she's all flustered and embarrassed. This is where, they did kind of take a shower and other things, but they kind of goes downstairs. Issei's wearing just a normal tank top shirt that he's ripped as hell. Now, of course, it's like a black tank top or whatever. This is where, he's also wearing what's it called? Mostly these reddish, or not reddish, there's like bluish shorts. This is where, blue shorts, but yeah, with these like black sandals, and his hair is still wet, but he doesn't care. He does have a towel. This is where Luna goes down, and of course this is where she's all washed up, and she's right now wearing a kind of like bluish dress. Her face is all red and wondering why her fucking father even decided to like show up. This is where Issei gets downstairs just to see mostly the two of them just talking. This is where, they both look at Luna and even, Issei. And this is where, they decide to tease him and say, so, lovebirds, what were you two doing? This is where, mostly Issei glares at them with a murderous look, while Luna just embarrassedly hides behind Issei. This is where, mostly Issei says, what the hell do you two want? This is where, mostly Azo says, other than the fact that you wanted to make sweet love to my daughter and trying to, get her kind of having her child of yours, we just came here to talk. This is where Luna's still embarrassed from the fact her father just fucking said all that. This is where, Issei scoffs and says, what exactly do you want to talk about? This is where, we'll see, Yami, who is actually Issei's grandfather, says, I want to talk about, the fact that you have to go save a devil from an arranged marriage. How about no? That's where Issei refused in an instant. Hell no. Go do it yourself, old man. If you think I'm gonna fucking do it, yeah, that's like a fucking hell no. And so where, Yami sighs and says, really? I haven't even explained who you're gonna save. If it's that red hair slut, you can go fuck off. This is where, mostly Issei said with such an angry tone. This is where, mostly Yami says, I can't even believe you actually guessed that right. But still, why won't you go save her? That bitch can go suffer for all I care. You think I'm gonna let her fucking roam around this fucking territory without a care in the fucking world? This is where, mostly Issei's grandfather kind of says, Issei, is there no other way for you to go save her? No, I'm not gonna save her. I don't care. That bitch can go suffer for all I care. You think I'm gonna go save some fucking red hair whore? This is where Issei kind of just tells what's it called, mostly his grandfather. His grandfather kind of just sighs and says, Issei, is there really no way for me to actually kind of convince you to save Ria's Gremory from the arranged marriage? Issei says, and why the hell would I even care about saving her? God damn it, grandfather. You trained me from a very young age to never trust devils, and why the hell would I even trust a devil now? This is where, well, mostly his grandfather sweats up and remembers that he did teach Issei to never trust devils. Never, ever. But he never does say never to trust fallen angels, and that's why he's actually with Luna so much. But this is where, well, mostly Luna is holding on to Issei's arm because she can actually see Issei's arm right now trying to transform into mostly not the crescent moon circle dragon, but into his kind of demonic form. This is where, well, mostly Luna tries to comfort mostly Issei. This is where using her powers right now just stabilizes anger. This is where, well, Luna is right now glaring at mostly her father because he has something to do with this. This is where, well, mostly Azo notices stare and glare from his daughter. He's watch-offs. He really wishes that he could not tell Luna this, but there's only another reason why they're here, and if Issei did accept for the fact that Rias would be saved, there's another factor here, and he knows that his daughter is going to be extremely, and I mean extremely pissed, to the point that she might just destroy fucking, well, him and his entire fucking fallen angel race. Because Luna is actually special. Luna is, well, mostly, she is considered to be, well, mostly a fallen angel, but one of the most powerful fallen angels. One of the most powerful fallen angels that has ever been born and actually been kind of not converted into a fallen angel, but she's been born. But yeah, because, well, she's actually supposedly a twin from her opposite side. Somewhat, her opposite side is basically someone who's actually in heaven, and basically it's just the opposite look like of Luna. Because Luna has kind of like mostly, she does have kind of like this whitish kind of hair, like she has white hair, like really whitish hair with bluish eyes and kind of blackish wings. There's one person that right now, well, she has kind of silverish white hair, but not the point. But there's someone in heaven that basically looks like her, but just looks the opposite. This is where, well, that bluish eye is actually in the left eye instead, because mostly Luna's eye is actually right, and her, left eye is, well, yeah, her left eye, or not left eye, well, mostly her left eye is right now glowing blue, while her right eye is kind of covered by her hair. The other person in heaven kind of has it, but the opposite side. And instead of it having the blue, it's kind of like an orange or red. This is where, well, like an orangey kind of reddish and yellowish color, but yeah, kind of looks like the sun color. But this is where her hair is also white, or not white, it's kind of a yellowish color, like a yellowish, blondish, kind of goldenish color. This is where, well, her wings are kind of purely white, and yeah, she's the opposite of Luna. Now, mostly, while Azo has a daughter, Michael does have a daughter also, and that's none other than the other person. But yeah, this is where, well, mostly, Azo has never met, mostly the other half of Luna, that being the other person that's in heaven, with Michael, because Michael has been overprotected with his daughter. But yeah, now, of course, that's not the point here, Dev. But yeah, we go into mostly a kind of, well, small time skip from mostly the argument between Yami and Issei, because Issei refuses to fucking ever help the red hair and refuses to do anything. Until this is where Asa says, how about this? You know, if you save her, you actually get to marry her, right? This is where, well, Issei, Yami, and right now Luna right now looks at him dumbfounded. This is where Yami wasn't expecting fucking Asa to say this out loud. And knowing that fucking he's going to die if Luna hears about this. And since Luna is right there next to Issei, that's a terrible idea. He wanted to actually wait until mostly Issei was kind of convinced to actually help the red hair. But Issei is not that type of person. He is stubborn as hell. He's quite kind of stubborn and quite hard-headed in the head. So of course, when he puts his mind to something, he's quite difficult to change. Yeah, that's one of the best kind of aptitudes that he has. But at the same time, he's also quite known to sometimes follow along to, like, mostly thoughts. But yeah, not the point. But we go into mostly Issei kind of just saying, hell no! You think I'm gonna fucking marry her just because? What the hell do you think I look like? Someone to just marry whoever I fucking like? That fucking red hair, I'd rather fucking marry the goddamn Sifri girl than the goddamn red hair bitch. This is where, well, mostly Issei kind of felt a bloodlusty kind of wave of energy. This is where, well, Luna looks extremely, and I mean extremely pissed. This is where, well, mostly, first of all, her father just fucking ruined the mood when walking in. And of course, where, well, he's then now trying to convince mostly her boyfriend to kind of marry that red haired cow. This is where, well, Luna's energy starts spiking up to a very incredible levels. Like her magic just spike up to just like very high. And this is where, well, as her switch ups and realized that yes, this was a terrible idea and a very, very bad decision that he ever fucking made in his life. It was even worse of a decision than letting fucking Kokushibo run wild. This is where, well, Luna says, the hell did you just say? The hell? The fuck did you just say? This is where, well, as I say, I misspoke, and Luna right now just sends mostly these crescent kind of like attacks straight towards Azo. Azo dodges and says, "Oh God, she's actually going to kill me. She's going to This is where, well, before she can, well, mostly before Azo can even get away. This is where these moon crescents actually appear around him, right now stopping him and smashing him to the wall. This is where Luna says, "That ain't happening. My boyfriend isn't just going to marry whoever, whoever he doesn't like. That doesn't matter if it's the fucking red hair bitch or whoever. Love is made out of compassion and, well, mostly care and trust. He doesn't trust the red hair bitch. So why in the hell would he actually marry her in the fucking first place?" He says, "Huh? Wait, what do you mean loving? But yeah, I love you and compassion, but what do you mean about like other things?" This one, I'm embarrassed to kind of say, "Well, I heard of 2 other Hashira females from mostly the last bit of clans kind of like you. And so I heard that compassion about..." This is where she's flustered and blushing. This is where, well, mostly Yami kind of remembers that. He remembers the 2 other Hashiras that kind of liked Issei, but Issei was too blind with mostly Luna. And this is where, well, he kind of just grins a little bit and say, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You know the love Hashira, and even what's it called, the insect Hashira? You know, the butterfly Hashira entirely? Yeah? Well, they kind of like you, kid. So, what are you gonna do? Choose one girl to live your rest of life, or make a harem?" Luna? Luna says, "I'm fine with it. But of course, the red hair bitch, I'm not really fine with her. She's annoying, she's literally spoiled as hell, and I hate her. I hate her existence entirely. I hate her existence more than I hate my other opposite side existence, which I don't even hate her that much. I haven't met her, and I could care less about her. She just better not bother me in my life, and I'd rather not bother her in her life." This is where, well, Issei nodded and says, "How about this? I'll save Ria's Gremory, but other than that, I'm not marrying her." Fuck that in so many levels. I'd rather save her, but I'm not marrying her. She can go fucking find whoever she fucking likes. I don't give a damn about her. She can go fucking marry. I don't give a damn who she marries. I care less. But I know who exactly she's getting married to, and it's that fried fucking chicken. Which I was going to kill in the first place, but no. I didn't get to kill him because my grandfather said no. This is where, well, we'll see his grandfather just sighs, knowing that Issei would still go after revenge no matter what. Because if you think you can dodge his fucking blade, then you fucking think wrong. Because mostly Issei will chase you to the fucking end of the world. Well, yeah, the end of the world to kill you. And the only reason he's going there is not to save Rias, and would not even give a damn about it, if it wasn't for Riser Phoenix to be the opposite marriage kind of person there. But yeah, the very opposite, but yeah. But of course, well, his grandfather sighs and says, "Fine, I'll let you do that. But can you consider the offer of marriage?" "No, I'm not gonna love her, and I won't never love her. It doesn't fucking matter. If she tried to fucking kiss me, try to flirt with me or anything, I will cut her down. It doesn't matter. I will kill her in an instant. That bitch better knows that I already have a girlfriend and 2 others that I have not expected." This is where, well, we'll see. his grandfather sighs, knowing that mostly Issei does mostly does love Luna a lot, and will not change his mind with Luna, no matter what. Luna just kind of smiles and just hugs Issei. She kind of like hugs him, putting his face into her voluptuous chest, and she says, "You really do like me a lot." This is where Issei kind of nods. Of course, this is where he was in heaven. Well, and somewhat heaven at the same time having such a beautiful girlfriend that actually cares about his kind of love and other compassionate things. He says, "Yeah, I do. He's actually drowning in the softness, but yeah. But other than that, we go into mostly a time skip of mostly Issei getting towards, the underworld. Now, of course, he's getting to the marriage hallway, but he kind of pulls out his blade when he saw guards, and he just like quickly draws his blade and then sheaths his blade. This is where all the guards right now gets killed in an instant. He doesn't leave anyone alive. It doesn't fucking matter who they are or whatever they are. It doesn't matter. So while those like guards are getting killed, we go into mostly Riser Phoenix and mostly the marriage. Because yes, Rias did lose. Or didn't lose entirely. She was just too freaking hurt to have been fighting in rating games. Of course, she's still very hurt from the fact that those blades that Issei uses are fucking dangerous to devils entirely in the regeneration. Riser still fucking hurts, by the way. It's been only a couple of days, but yeah. But of course, this is where an explosion happens, because the door itself was not exploded as hinges, but were literally cut into a million pieces. And of course, dust started filling up the room. This is where, mostly Riser says, "Who is it? Who dares to interrupt my wedding between my lovely wife?" This is where, he looks into the dust and sees these pairs of yellow eyes, glowing yellow eyes. This is where, when someone is actually walking through, this man is wearing this kind of elf way. He just walks in wearing fucking this. Now, of course, Issei's highlights are kind of colored a little bit red, but not the point. He has the mark, mostly the kind of like crescent sun mark, like on top of his head, but it's like a fire mark. But it's not the point. This is where both his eyes are right now glowing yellow, but yeah, they have the symbol of mostly one on them, but not the point. But of course, they're not even glowing, but they are glowing yellow, but they're right now kind of slick. They're not really having the number one just yet. He will show them off later, but this is where, he's right now glaring at Riser, and Riser says, "What? You again? What are you doing here? This is only between devils. Why you look all like that?" "Well, I'm ready to hunt the devil down. Especially you damn phoenix chicken." That's where, mostly Issei says, "I'm here to kind of, kill you damn, not fallen angel, you damn, fried chicken." This is where, mostly, right now, how should I say? Right now, Riser says, "What? I'm not dying to you this time." "So you admit that you were dying to me last time?" "Shut up, you bastard! I'm going to burn you this time." Yeah, wait. This is where Issei pulls out his gift card. Not gift cards. These like literally white cards, just to remember what exactly he was also supposed to say. This is where Issei says, "I'm also here to save the red hair cow." Even though it said Rias Gremory, Issei calls her red hair cow. Rias goes, This is where, Riser was confused. This is where Issei says, "Okay, what else do I have to say?" This is where, he kind of reads upon it, because he's supposed to read this a while ago, but he didn't give a damn that much. This is where Issei says, "I also am here to..." What the fuck? No, I'm not reading that one. "I am here to kill the chicken. The fried chicken." Yes, okay, read that right. I said that one. This is where Riser says, "What the hell is all of this about?" Issei says, wait, asshole. Okay, okay, never mind. This is where Issei fucking tosses the fucking pack of fucking white cards behind him and says, "That's fucking annoying." Let me just say one thing. I am just been sent here by Azul, the fallen angel governor. I don't know why, but you can go talk to him when you fucking see him, because I have no clue why I got sent here. He's probably wanting to kill you, you damn fried chicken, because he probably sees you too much of a threat. This is where right now Riser won his eyes, never expecting the fallen angel to send mostly a demon slayer straight towards him. This is where, well, he wasn't expecting that. Everyone wasn't expecting that neither. Rias is confused why that was even a thing. And this is where, well, we go into someone right now feeling like they just got their mostly plans just thrown out the window. This is where, well, Azo feels like that for some reason. But this is where, well, we go into mostly, well, Issei, back into Issei. But of course, well, we go into mostly both Riser and Issei right now rushing at each other. Riser is trying to dodge the sword so it doesn't fucking affect him, but of course he can't really dodge them because, well, mostly Issei says 8th form. Dragons, what's it called? This is where he says Moon Dragon Ringtail. This is where he sends a burst of like these like literally moon crusted slashes, which they're right now with somewhat crescents also on top of those slashes, and well on top of those also crescent. But yeah, there's just multiple attacks. Right now rushing towards Riser. Riser cannot really dodge all of this, and it just smashes into him. This is where, well, he cough up blood because it does fucking hurt him. This is where he wasn't expecting this. This is where he sees Issei right now about to stab at him until a blade actually blocks his own blade. This is where he's, what the? This is where he jumps back and sees that it's actually a red-haired beauty who kind of has mostly this. This is where, well, her name is Laura Gremory, and this is where, well, she basically has reddish hair and reddish eyes somewhat. But yeah, she also has a sword that's right now on fire somewhat. But this is where, well, mostly Riser says, You're Laura Gremory. He wasn't expecting Laura to actually block and protect him. This is where Laura says, Don't get it twisted, you damn fried chicken. I'm not here to protect you. My father just told me to right now protect you. Other than that, I don't give a damn about you. I don't care about mostly my cousin getting married off because she's an idiot for not training her powers in the beginning. This is where she sent a ball of destruction straight towards Issei. Issei dodges and says, Whoa. Didn't know there was an actually good swordsman in the Gremory family. Oh, shut up, you bastard, Laura kind of said. Issei says, Go fuck yourself, you damn devil. This is where, well, they both just cut to each other, and this is where, well, right now, Cersei says, He appears with his wife, which his wife is right now next to her, is actually someone that kind of looks like Laura, but mostly like a twin version, but with white hair instead, shortish white hair, and kind of reddish eyes, kind of looking more like Gracie. This is where, well, Cersei says, Can you two calm down? Lovebirds, this is where Issei and mostly Laura blushes and they don't care. They're right now just angry. This is where, well, Issei wasn't expecting someone really good as swordsman and quite beautiful in his opinion, because those reddish eyes makes her quite interesting and furious. And also the fact that her stance isn't that slutty or anyway. She's not even wearing that slutty outfits like fucking the Gremory, but yeah. But this is where, well, we'll see. Cersei says, Okay, you must be the one that mostly Azo sent. You must be the Moon Hashira himself. I asked mostly someone promising from mostly one of the factions from Azo to kind of help me out, so we can see a fantastic battle. We don't really have the Red Dragon Emperor with us, so I asked mostly him to pay the Moon Hashira. Yeah, he says, yeah, he paid me alright. That motherfucker paid me good. This is where, well, Azo is right now just crying with his fucking bank account being looking like it's fucking robbed. This is where, well, we'll see right next to him is none other than, what's it called, Sheba, who's right now just screaming at him saying, What the fuck do you mean you wasted $1 billion? You son of a bitch. That's a part of the fucking government. This is where, well, Azo says, I'm sorry. Don't hurt me. I'm going to kick the fuck out of you, you damn bastard. This is where, well, while we go back into Issei. Issei says, yeah, other than that, I'm here to save the red haired cow, and this is where, well, Laura says, why don't you just call her a red-haired slut? Because clearly she does mostly slutty things instead of training her powers. This is where, well, mostly Rias realized she is being insulted by mostly her own cousin, her mostly younger cousin, who's actually, what's it called, from mostly her, or not cousin, mostly niece. And this is where, well, who's actually 17, but yeah. And this is where Issei says, oh yeah, I mean, red-haired slut, because, yeah. This is where, well, mostly Rias also is getting insulted by the Moon Hashira, who literally kicked the shit out of her a while ago, and now just here to save her because he was just sent. He's not even here truly to love her or anything like that. Nah. Like, she was expecting a white shining armor just like in those stories. No. What appear is none other than a demon slayer who literally hates demons entirely. And this is where, well, her nephew, or not nephew, her niece is right now insulting her also. This is where, well, mostly a white-haired girl appears right next to mostly Laura and says, it's not a good idea to be insulting our kind of aunt. This is where, well, Laura just scoffs and says, I don't give a damn. She can get angry all she wants. Whatever. It's her fault for not training her powers to right now defeat Riser. She really had to get someone else to kind of save her. Stupid dad. This is where Laura kind of said under her breath, which Sir doesn't felt very heartbroken that his daughter's really angry at him, but yeah. This is where, Rias is watch off at how Laura is. Laura is quite rebellious and hates mostly her father for being such a sister cunt for mostly her aunt, but yeah, and it pisses her off because they really aren't, but they shown our love most of the time, but really it pisses her off that mostly her father cannot calm the fuck down when her little sister is her whatever bullcrap. Which mostly Laura's the same, but at least she's not obsessed with her sister. She's not going after her 24/7, worrying about her 24/7 because she knows her sister is strong. This work, well, mostly she at least has someone else that's similar to be a human at the same time demon, who is actually kind of hating her sister and her hating her guts. This is where it was none other than the Moon Hashira himself. Now she has heard of the Moon Hashira and the Darkness Hashira, but this is where, well, she always wants to fight against mostly the Darkness Hashira. But right now in front of her is right now the Moon Hashira, and if she wasn't there fast enough or wasn't even there to begin with, mostly Riser Phoenix would have met his fucking doom by the Moon Hashira, because the Moon Hashira is someone not to be playing around with. At the same time, Luna's sword did have a small little, not crack, a small little kind of it was a small little crack, but it did kind of heal with the flames that she has. This is where, because the sword is actually like a mythical weapon that allows her to heal the blade. But this is where, well, mostly itself. But this is where, well, she realized that the Moon Hashira did not send a powerful attack because he knew that mostly she blocked it and he could have sent something straight through it to actually kill Riser. But instead, he just backed off. Which kind of pissed her off because he doesn't really piss her off. She was actually kind of glad because she didn't actually put that much magical power into that blade, which she should have. But yeah. But this is where, well, we go into mostly Sarzek saying, so, Riser Phoenix, do you accept this challenge? Riser is kind of thinking not to do it, but this is where, well, someone takes control of Riser's voice and says, yes, he will do it. Mostly, it was none other than his older sister, which mostly Riser right now pales at seeing his older sister. And this is where, well, right now Riser tries to beg his older sister not to, but this is where his older sister has always been pissed at mostly Riser because he's really just someone annoying to her. And she wants to see Riser be taken down a peg or 2 or 3 or 4, or however many that the Moon Hashira would send him straight to. This is where, well, mostly Issei switch ups cutscene after mostly seeing Riser's older sister, who is actually named Mariana Phoenix, actually kind of grin at him and kind of just whisper in his ear, kick his ass for me, why don't you? This is where Issei switch ups and kind of realize that not many people really care about each other. They're family, but goddamn, they really don't care. This is where Issei doesn't have any siblings of his own, so of course he really does not know of sibling love or whatever, or just family love entirely. This is where, well, he does have his mom and dad, but at least they don't argue too much. His father is the type who doesn't really know much about the supernatural. His mom knows a bit just because of his grandfather, and that's all. This is where, well, Issei Schwartzman just says, fine, bring it, you damn fried chicken. This is where, well, mostly Sarzek says, I will give you one wish for mostly, this is where he says 2. This is where Sarzek says, yes, 2. Huh? Issei says, okay, bring it on, you damn fried chicken, I'm about to kill you. This is where Sarzek is confused. He's really confused in why Issei asked for 2. But this is where, well, mostly Laura is actually watching this battle. But we go into basically the battle. Now, the battle between, right now, Riser Phoenix and mostly Issei. This is where Issei right now looks at Riser, and this is where, well, mostly Riser says, you will not be able to defeat me. I am an immortal bird. I am a flaming... This is where Issei says, fried chicken, shut the hell up. I don't give a damn. Yes, I know you're a damn chicken, because you're nothing but a goddamn pussy. Now shut the fuck up. And bring it on, you damn fucking bastard. This is where, oh, right now Riser sends mostly a bunch of flame attacks towards Issei, which Issei just dodges pretty easily. He just dodges right, left, and this is where he's breathing. Right now, concentrating breathing, and this is where he says, first form, dark, well, mostly he says, first form, it's being called. It's called Dark Moon Evening. Mostly Palace or not Palace. Is it Palace or whatever? Mostly he just draws his katana and singularly slashes horizontal slashes, following a moon crescent shape, creating numbers of chaotic crescent, blades. Okay, I'm fucking this up, but yeah, just read this whole fucking thing. I don't care. So yeah, when he slashes that attack, this is where, well, right now, Riser managed to dodge, but he still managed to get nicked. This is where he says, damn it, this guy's dangerous. I really have to, this is where Issei says, you really don't have to do any of this. This is where, well, Riser's right now up in the air, and this is where Issei right now pulls out the Yamato, and this is where, well, he just cuts a cross right in front of him, and this is where he just walks into it and appears behind literally Riser right now, rushing at him, stabbing him with the blade that mostly he uses for mostly using his breathing styles. He's stabbing Riser down to the ground, and Riser's cough up blood and says, damn you! No, I can't die! You bastard! This is where, well, mostly Issei says, you lost. You completely lost. You underestimated me way too much. But you know what? I'll let you go ahead. Issei right now jumps off of mostly Riser. Riser's healing slowly, but this is where, well, that blade, it really hurts. Both those blades really hurts. One is the son of mostly Spartan, being the Yamato. Well, yeah. Being the Yamato, and it was held by Virgil of Sparta. But this is where, well, the other one is basically his own blade. Mostly Issei's own blade. That's where Issei right now says, bring it on, you damn fried chicken. I'm right now just giving you a chance, another chance, because, well, it looks like your beloved family wants to see you fucking fall down and die or something, which I don't care too much. So bring it on, you damn fried chicken. Riser Scoffer right now starts sending so many attacks towards Issei. Issei right now dodges left, right, and just cuts through the fireballs pretty easily using his two blades. Right now he dodges again, he cuts through it, and right now appear right in front of Riser. This is where he then says, Moon style. This is where, well, seventh form, mirror of misfortune, moonlit. Using his alternate katana, alternate katana in front. You get the point. Pretty much he just launches a straight number of just curve, just slashes straight forward. Mostly outward, but not the point. Or mostly just straight around him. And this is where Riser could not dodge. Even if he wanted to attack Issei from behind, he right now gets slashed from almost everyone. This is where Riser coughed up blood, realizing that he's losing way too bad. Issei says, listen up, you damn fried chicken. You will never defeat me, no matter what. You want to know why? Issei right now opened his yellowish eyes. They were slick, but this is where now they have numbers. This is where, well, it says 1, 1, 1, 1. And what that means, if you're a devil that's pretty low rank from the other devil that you can fight against, there's actually a Pacific clan, or there used to be a Pacific clan where mostly devils with numbers means that they're quite powerful. And they can literally be ranked to even that of like being what they call that of, well, mostly a Satan class or even stronger beyond that, being draconic level or whatever. But this is where, well, mostly Issei right now has 1 in his eyes, and this is where, well, mostly it's kind of in Japanese numbers, but not the point. But this is where, well, right now Riser sees this and right now just wind his eyes. Or not Japanese numbers, Japanese kanji, not numbers. What am I talking about? This is where, well, Riser wind his eyes, and before he can even do anything, mostly Issei's blade transforms into a different type. It had eyes and other things, and this is where, well, he then uses one style. Well, not even one style. This is just a completely just random style that pretty much doesn't even have a number. This is where, well, he then says, moon style, breathing. No number defined. This is where, well, he says, dark side moon / Riser falls down to the ground right now, bleeding and all hurt. This is where, well, Issei right now transformed his blade back into normal. It wasn't fleshy or had eyes anymore. This is where, well, mostly his eyes transformed back into mostly slicks and then just transformed back into normal red. This is where Issei says, he just scoffs and says, that's what you get, you weakling. Never mess with me again. This is where, well, Riser falls down to the ground right now, coughing up blood, and really could not fight against Issei. Issei is that strong that he basically one-shotted Riser entirely. He really could have just easily whooped the shit out of Riser, because the reason why Riser is not well, he's experienced in raiding games, but he never had tried in his life because of the regeneration and mortality. But going against a demon slayer and the fact that they have blades that basically negate healing regeneration from mostly any devil or whatever, even those who consider phoenixes, pretty much, yeah, just destroys in an instant against actually someone who's experienced and someone that actually has numbers in his eyes. Luckily, Issei could go fully transform. He could actually fully transform into a demonic state where it would have whooped the fuck out of Riser. But yeah, now the clan that I mentioned really doesn't exist anymore, but since he's actually considered to be a descendant of it, well, not descendant, thanks to Kokushibo, because it was a long time ago when Kokushibo was still alive, but yeah. Because yes, Muzan was the thing, but not the point. But of course, we go into mostly Issei kind of walking back up to the, mostly back into the, the whole freaking hallway or whatever, that place where the celebration or whatever the hell it's called. But of course, with that happening, this is where, Rias is right now happy that Riser has been defeated. Right now, Merleona is happy the fact that he got taken down a peg 3-4 million or whatever. This is where, Laura was kind of interested in Issei's form because he's shown a glimpse of his power, but he didn't show it too much. He just looks to be kind of unamused with Riser and just wanted to hurt him really fucking bad. So that's why Issei showed a bit of his power. Now, this is where Surgic knows about mostly Issei's power. He knows that mostly Issei is a descendant of someone quite powerful, and not many people want to mess with him, especially when he has a Yamato blade, which is confusing in how he has a Yamato blade. Issei right now sheaves the Yamato blade to the side of him while having the, mostly the katana that he usually uses as a demon slayer is right now behind him. But yeah, this is where, Issei kind of goes up towards mostly to see the devils, and other than that, this is where Issei kind of just like say, I want Rhea Gremory to be free. That's one of my wishes. And the second one is to, what to think about. Laura kind of just grins and thinks about something. The second one is basically a match with me. If you win, then I'll become yours. If you lose, then, you admit the fact that you will have to become into my barrage members. This is where Issei scoffs and says, that is not a wish of mine, but I'll accept the challenge. This is where Laura kind of grins and says, really? This is where Issei says, yeah, I'm going to make sure that you have no choice but to, wait, what was that first option? Oh, nothing. This is where she blushes a little bit and just looks a little bit flustered, because mostly Issei didn't actually fully pay attention. Just the fact that he was already pissed off with the fact that this girl tried to add him into her barrage. But yeah, this is where, right now, Rias notices and realizes that mostly Laura's actually after mostly Issei. Now, of course, she could go after Issei, but the problem is Issei doesn't like devils at all. And the fact that he accepted this without even knowing what exactly he's going to get in return, he just didn't know. But for right now, I gotta go because I have mostly a, I have a, mostly a test later, and I have to go, and other than that, bye soon. Yeah, but yeah.